Tenacious here is one of the only brothers in my life, yeah, that I have genuine, true respect for when it comes to decoding the occult. He's helped to shift me when I've like almost fell for a psyop, and then he will show me through the numbers um, how everything is just a theatre show, everything. And maybe you can touch a little bit about just your journey and how you led to knowing that Gematria was something we need to take more serious.
I don't know, man. So basically, I would always watch like news headlines and I'd always look at newspapers and I'm really good with numbers because when I would read newspaper headlines and I'd watch the news, I would always see like the same numbers all the time. So for
Mm,
example, if there was, I don't know, people unalived in Israel, I would see 47 people were unalived in Israel. I would
mm,
see 47 people were unalived in a plane crash. I would see 47 people, I don't know, were unalived in a school massacre or something, some things like that.
yeah.
And then obviously I was like, why? I kind of clocked like, why are all the numbers the same? Why are all the patterns the same? And I was realizing like, how come people aren't seeing these numbers? How come people aren't seeing these things? And then obviously I started to look into it more. I started to study numbers, and I started to realize that there's power in numbers. I started to realize that there's frequency in numbers. I started to look into numbers more, and I looked into a book called Manly P. Hall, The Secret Teachings, and like basically I looked into that, and that's when basically I was exposed to gematria.
A lot of this at first will go straight over people's heads. So maybe I can ask you to kind of decode something which is happening right now, and so people can see it. So as me and you've been speaking a bit about the three celebrity deaths that have just happened.
Yeah,
And me and you've been going back and forth, and every time you show me more, it's kind of unfathomable, really. So I'm sure
yeah,
we touch upon the Hulk Hogan situation, Ozzy Osbourne, and how it's all tied in, and it's not a coincidence.
yeah. So basically, gematria is basically the Kabbalistic practice of coding numbers into words and words into numbers. It's based off the 26 letters of the English alphabet. I'll break down Hulk Hogan. So basically, gematria is basically based off the four ciphers of the English language: reverse
Mm,
alphabetical order and alphabetical order, and the basic order with numerology applied. So basically, you can go online, you can go on Google if you think I'm lying, and you can get up the gematria calculator. There's loads of different gematria calculators. This practice is ancient. It's been used since like Mesopotamia. So the Babylonians used it. So you've got the Sumerian gematria calculator, you've got the Greek gematria calculator, you've got the Hebrew gematria calculator. But obviously we go off the English gematria calculator because obviously English is the most spoken language in the world, bro. It's the most dominant language in the
must be
world.
one of them for
And
sure, yeah.
and the people that created the calendar, obviously, the Gregorian calendar, they gave us the English language, and that's why they want everybody to speak it. You understand? And obviously, everybody knows that English is a language of spells. But if you want me to break down Hulk Hogan, for example, so Hulk Hogan left the world stage yesterday, I think it was the 24th of July, or the day before, sorry,
Yeah, like maybe like 2 days ago, something like that.
yeah, 2 days ago. So basically, he left the world stage by numbers. So for example, Hulk Hogan New World Order, basically. So NWO on the gematria calculator, if you guys have got the English gematria calculator up on your computers or whatever, equals 29. Hulk Hogan, if you can see, when he was in the WWE, he used to wear a T-shirt with NWO on it, and it spelled out the word NW. It spelled out the word, right. And basically, he created a brand called NWO, and then and he created it in 1996. So from 1996 to 2025 equals 29. So NWO equals 29 on the gematria calculator, and he created NWO basically 29 years ago. Royal Rumble, that was on the 1st of February, right?
Yeah.
And then basically that was on the 1st of February this year. And then to the 24th of July, that's basically 174 days. On the Gematria calculator, New World Order equals 174. Then Hulk Hogan leaves the world stage on the 24th of July. And then in 2015, he basically said the M word, basically where he was like being basically disrespectful to black people. So basically, what I'm trying to show people here is that basically the people that run the world stage, they go off numbers, and what people need to understand is loads of celebrities are leaving the world stage day by day, but by numbers, all by numbers. Like literally in 2020, 1,000 celebrities left the world stage, bro. No word of a lie. This year, at least 400. I've been counting, bro. I ticked them off. This year, like 400 plus celebrities have left the world stage, right? So
Mhm.
then, for example, if you go on to Hulk Hogan left the world stage at 71 years of age. If you type in Hollywood Hulk Hogan on the Gematria calculator, it equals 71. Hulk Hogan also put out a film in 1989, the fall when the Twin Towers fall, and then the Twin Towers fell 11 years later in
Wow,
2001.
I didn't know
Donald
that.
Trump, huh? Sorry.
I didn't know that. He had a film called When the Towers Fall.
Yeah, when the towers fall, and it was out in 1989, and then
Wow.
the Twin Towers fell in 2001. That's 11 years later. New York is New York is the 11th state in America. Do you know? Are you with me?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
New York is the 11th state in America. The Twin Towers is shaped as an 11. Donald Trump was born in New York, and he's the 45th and the 47th president of the United States of America. Four
Yeah.
add five equals nine. Four add seven equals 11. Are people with me? Then Bin Laden was literally found unalived in Pakistan. The founder of Pakistan leaves the world stage and passes away on September the 11th. Like this knowledge is like can't be undenied. Do you know what I mean? Like people have to go out there, do the study and do the due diligence, do the research, and like don't just rely on me. Like this stuff is out there, and if people want to watch my videos as well, like I've made loads of videos to explain basically how this stuff is like in your face every single day. Hulk Hogan becomes a wrestler on the 201st year America was founded. So well, not founded, the 201st year that America's been alive, because America's a pretty young country, right? It's 249 years old. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So,
Do you have any? Do
sorry,
you have
what? Sorry,
anything to
what?
hand to also show this on Ozzy Osbourne?
Yeah, I've got Ozzy Osbourne's thing is linked with what do you call it, Hulk Hogan. So
Hogan. Wow.
it's basically all interlinked with each other. So basically, Hulk Hogan becomes a fighter on the 201st year America's been born.
Yeah.
Basically, then on the Gematria calculator, Ozzy Osbourne equals 201. Ozzy Osbourne bites a bat's head on the 20th of January. On the 20th of January. 20th of January obviously equals 201 because January is the first month of the year. Do you get where I'm coming from? So
Yeah.
remember, I was trying to explain to the guys on the live that basically, what do you call it? They go off the Gregorian calendar. So basically, it's dates, times, the Gregorian calendar, all the months, all the
Yeah.
dates. You get what I mean? And then obviously,
I think
um,
Jesuits love 201. It seems to come up so much with the
yeah, brother.
Jesuits.
Yeah, brother. 201 is like their favorite number. That's why Pope Francis lived in room 201.
Yeah.
You had event 201, which was basically Melinda Gates and Bill Gates, where they were basically there was like a pandemic simulation in 2018 where they were basically saying there's going to be a global pandemic that's going to hit the whole world and affect the whole world. In
Yeah.
2018, all the world leaders got together, and that was called Event 201. Ignatius of Loyola, the founder of the Jesuits, he he equals 201. The Jesuit order equals 201.
Yeah.
Trump's inauguration was on the 20th of January, which equals 201. What
Yeah.
else is there? They basically put a headline on Rolling Stone, basically in January 2022, January the 1st, 2022, that basically Ozzy Osbourne basically bit a bat's head off 40 years ago, and that's basically on 201. Then yeah, but like all the numbers can't be denied. All the numbers literally can't be denied. Hulk Hogan equals 38. It was the 38th Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
You can go and check this right now. Then rest in peace equals 38. Ozzy Osbourne, he equals 201. He bit a bat's head off on the 20th of January, which equals 201. Then basically Iran basically declares war with Israel with 201 days left on the Gregorian calendar. So that was on Friday the 13th, because 13 is their favorite number as well. That's why you have 13 layers on the pyramid on the American dollar bill. That's why you have, but there's supposed to be 13 months in the year. That's why you have Friday the 13th. That's why you have 13 arrows on the American dollar bill. That's why you have 13 colonies you have 13 colonies that when they went to America, they called it the 13 colonies, right? What else have you got? You got,
Ignatius, what do you think this all leads to? Why? Why do you think they script things so intensely, militantly? Like, this is what I'm learning from Gematria. Everything is so scripted by the numbers, by the moment. under the right astrology, it's like, is it? Why do you think? I've got my reasons, but why do you think it's so scripted?
Because obviously, they go off of an ancient practice which is called Kabbalah, right? And they're basically Kabbalists, isn't it? So it's basically Jewish mysticism, and they basically they same way that you've got like Christians. Yeah, you've got the 13 families as well. People put the 13 families in the chat, so that you'll see loads of things with 13. Like you'll see loads of rituals take place on the 13th, Friday the 13th, but it's not an evil day, obviously. Like 13 is just basically Friday the 13th is basically when the Knights Templars basically lost Israel and they got arrested, basically. That's basically what it is. But the reason why they practice Gematria is because same way you've got Christians, same way you've got, let's say, Muslims, same way you've got you've got Jew people that believe in Judaism. They believe in their God, right? And basically their God is basically the people that run the show, their God, they believe that God created the word with numbers, letters, and words, isn't it? So to deceive the masses and keep the masses basically programmed and basically in a state of hypnosis, they basically have to reveal the truth in people's faces. Obviously, it's like I think everyone knows about like karmic law. So they basically have to put the truth in people's faces and they do it with numbers. But obviously they know that most of the masses are like completely dumbed down, and they know that most of the masses don't really understand Kabbalah, and they know that majority of the masses, if you do teach them Kabbalah, like they're gonna run away from this knowledge and they're gonna run away from the truth, because the majority of the masses, let's keep it 100% honest. I'm not disrespecting anybody and I'm not putting anybody down, but majority of the masses don't even like to read, and that is part of the NWO. The NWO is getting you enslaved to your mobile phone to a point where you don't know what it's like to be a true human being anymore.
These people are going against natural law and they're trying to control us to go in. They're trying to like, we're the cattle to them. But because they're going against natural law, they have to be so specific and so coded and so scripted with their psyops and with their rituals, because it's their only chance of keeping like the lid on it and keeping us all in control. And that's why it's so militantly scripted. And can you imagine how hard and how much money they must spend on like cloud seeding, or like just trying to block the sun, or like killing off Ozzy Osbourne at the exact same moment, or putting Bob Dylan on the stage so that he can fulfill his mission when he's got the 13 on his arm. Like everything is so scripted. To the point where some people, like, they're literally born just to do something, but in order for it to all to work, it has to be done. It's almost like literally like a math magician. They're like having to work it out because they don't have like, they're devoid of like spirit, so they can't just be in flow and use their intuitive energies to like co-create a future. They have to do it in this really kind of satanic like way where it's all like coded and planned, for them to even have a chance of controlling us. I don't know if that resonates with you at all.
No, 100%, and 100% resonates with me. So someone even said on the chat, yeah, this is too much for me, I can't lie. And that's what I mean, but that's how they've got like a lot of, I'm not like speaking down to the guy that said that, but that's what I mean, like they've got everybody conditioned like that.
If you want to learn a little bit about it, obviously follow Tenacious, he's got some great videos, or if you go into my bio on TikTok or Instagram, find my Telegram group. And in the files, there's a book called Number Games. It's for free. You can just start to read it and just to absorb a little bit about this. To the brother that said he was finding this too overwhelming, even if you just put 5 minutes every day on it, you'll start to realize, okay, I can, the knowledge starts to like land in your heart, because it's very deeply overwhelming. We're talking about thousands of years of manipulation through this, and no one even has a clue. So we're starting to unravel it together slowly. So more live to everyone on the call. Tenacious, I love you, brother.
Love you too, Indigo, man. Love everybody in the live as well, man. Big up to everybody. Peace and love to everybody. Stay strong. Stay optimistic.
Yeah, man. Optimistic and just an action. It's not always about speaking. Actually going out there and just like being like, if you're a black sheep, be a black sheep of the family. Confidently, like spread your truth. Be who you are authentically. But make sure you're happy, man. Life is about being happy as well, not just getting lost in all of this stuff.
But my brother, man, peace and love to you, bro. I have a big respect to you. Big respect to your energy.
Thank you, brother.
What you do, brother.
Speak soon.
Speak soon, brother. Take care.